Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Nguyen Nguyen, CEO and founder of CyberArmor, a cybersecurity expert dedicated to protecting financial institutions from emerging cyber threats. With deep expertise in dark web research, malware reversing, and fraud risk assessments, Win is leading the charge in developing innovative solutions like Dark Armor intelligence platform to keep businesses and their customers safe. How you doing today, Win?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here.
No, I was excited to have you on. You're doing some awesome things. I
Yeah.
think with the way that everything's going, we need more people out there like you because there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of just
Yeah.
threats. Whether it's a financial institution or personal,
Yeah.
that we need more protection from. So I'm happy you're doing what you're doing, and wanted to have you on to introduce you to as many people as possible. So to start off, where are you located? Where are you calling in from?
I am from Maryland, DC, near DC.
Awesome. Are you originally from the area or are you newer to it?
Now I am kind of all over the place. So I immigrated to US about 30 years ago. So I'm come from the West Coast, moved to Jersey, then to Maryland. So
Awesome. Well, for folks that haven't been, if you have friends coming into town to come visit you and they've never been there, where are you taking them? What are you doing? And where are you taking them for dinner?
oh, I I'm a home cook type of guy. So I'm very blessed that my mom is a great cook. So my home it would be the choice for me. There's a lot of great place in Virginia if you like, depend on the type of food you like. We have a lot of different restaurant here that's really great. So.
Awesome. Well, what's fun there? Where would you take them to, just kind of sightsee or do something, active?
Yeah, well, active, nature-wise, there's a lot of place here that you can hike. Maryland, because I live outside the city a little bit, so I'm going about near my house is Sugarloaf Mountain. I love to just walk and overview, seeing the eagle flying around everywhere. Um, DC, of course, you have everything there that you can cruise around. That will take you a whole weekend. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely get sucked into that and just be there forever. So awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what can you tell us about what you do?
So I'm a can't put myself as I'm a researcher. So I've been researching into the dark web, the malware research for a very long time. I love hacking, learning the latest technologies or threats out there. So I spend most of my time understanding how cyber criminal attacking different organization, attacking the people, how to commit fraud, and I developed solution or software to detecting that and how to mitigate it.
Okay. Well, how'd you get started in this? Have you always just been interested in that side of it and you kind of decided, hey, there's a market here, or kind of what brought you into it?
Um, I'm always have a passion in hacking. So doing things that it's kind of just try to break the security. So I always have an interest in that. I love developing m like malwares. Um, Initially when I get started, I break software, cracking license, then pivot into how do I build a malware, a Trojan, for example, just for academic, just for learning purpose, and that's kind of always been my passion. I was a major in computer science. I have a really passion in research and development. I just love writing software. So.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah. So financial institutions, they like you, white hack. What are they? White hat hackers out there that are like
Yeah.
constantly testing what they're doing, just because if you can figure it out before the bad guys, you're doing a lot of
Yeah.
good for them. Because that's not a mistake that you really want to make, especially in the financial world. So
Yeah.
awesome. So what is cyber armor as a whole? Like, what is it? Is it just that? Are you just kind of probing? Are you hired to like probe financial institutions that are trying to find weak spots for them, or what is it? What does it do?
So I've been in the cyber securities for a very long time, being a cyber threat intel type of producer, right? Provide report writing documentation on for consumer or for all different organizations on how to protect themselves. I'm also working on the other side, which is from the banking side. And what I realized is a lot of the solution out there is doesn't solve the problem. That doesn't seem like for example, to give the um a lot of the threat, fraud is the consumers the one that get lost of the money, right? And not a lot of people, different financial institution focus in them too much. It's only the aftermath, right? When fraud occur, then they take an action on it. So I decided to focus in the proactive approach in how do we identify the victim or stop the hacking before it occur. So that's kind of like how Cyber Armor gets started. So initially I built a system that monitor the dark web and getting information about the victims and provide that for financial institutions saying this consumer is a victim. They exposing their credentials for your platform, for your banking, and protect them, right? Reset the password, put two-factor authentication into the account, ensuring that that account is protected. So that's how I get started.
Okay. So kind of the best defense is the good offense, kind of a bit. You're going out and actively, proactively trying to solve things before they become a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I always believe that I think that's the best way, instead of just waiting for the black hat to come to, knock on your door. Why not just, using their tactics as a way to actively just protecting. So
Absolutely. What would you say your favorite thing is about what you're doing?
um challenging, right? Just a constant challenge because of the how cyber criminal always pivot, always changing their tactic method. And so it's always um a challenge or challenge to constantly learning how they do things. So I have a really passion in malware reversing, which is understanding how the malware works. So yeah, I spending like this weekend is my on my birthday, I spent the whole day just reversing the malware, and that's make me happy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a very unique birthday, right? I don't think a lot of us have had that experience on our birthday, so that's awesome. No, it's really great there's people out there like you because, otherwise we'd be at the mercies of people with ill intent. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so, just overall, what are some mistakes that people are making that if they just took some simple steps, it might, protect their data a little bit better?
I think one of the major problem for us is we trust too easily. We have the tendency to and buy into the greed as well, right? One of the biggest things that I've been researching is into the job recruitment scam. And from that posting, the cyber criminal advertising on Facebook on they send you a message saying that, oh, here's a job that you can make five $5,000 a week by doing 1 hour of work. And people automatically trust it and start to talk. Then the cyber criminals start, to learn the victims into deposit money in because they actually show you they initially give you some amount of money first, right? To showcase that this is the real thing. So they give you $100 to join the job, and they just scamming the people life saving. So yeah, it's a really it's a major problem where we just get into our greed and trusting people too quickly, and a lot of people lost a lot of money because of that.
Yeah, and it's way more sophisticated than it used to be, right?
Oh yeah,
The trope was it was just the Nigerian prince was the only one out there trying to scam you when now it's
yeah,
you get inundated by it and it's easy
yeah.
for it to, slip through. Even if you're diligent, you can make a
Hmm.
mistake. You can, like you said, trust too early. So
Yeah.
that's awesome advice. What does your average client look like? What is like, is there a certain size or certain industry? You said financial institutions. Is it just exclusively that, or how does that look?
Um, yeah, initially my plan is because my the platform that I built is focused for financial institution, the banks and credit union. But as I recently start identifying, realizing there's a lot of small business being a victim of phishing, as well, phishing and malware attacks. So I right now I'm planning to start to focus in smaller business size to provide them the information that they can protect themselves, because a lot of the scammer they target small business easily. And I seen the CEO of a companies, a CISO of companies just falling for it. Just a basic Microsoft type of phishing, right? Log into enter in your email address, and from a page that contain a logo of a Microsoft, people submitting it. Um, so yeah, right now I'm kind of refocusing to see if there's a way I can help much more people. So
Yep, absolutely. And you're right. It doesn't really matter what level you're at. You're a person. You're susceptible to this kind of stuff. So CEO or low level or whomever it is, you're
yeah,
just as likely. Just because you have a title doesn't
yeah,
mean that you can't make mistakes like that. It just
yeah,
tends to be a little bit more costly when it's at that higher level. So,
yeah.
um, what about power partners? Who are other industries that you might synergize well with, or that you might be able to find collaborations with?
I think the best option, best partner that I can have right now is a MSP or MSSP. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to reach out, try to collaborate with uh, um those organizations.
Okay. So how does CyberArmor's Dark Armor intelligence platform proactively detect and combat emerging cyber threats for financial institutions?
So there's um three different type of techniques that I have. The first one is the dark web type of scraping, where um, I monitor the dark web, the Telegram, the social media, and using the technology I have of like extracting data, right? Because it's from unstructured data, so I have to I identify the different type of account, different type of information, username, PII information, those type of things. So that is the dark web portion. I also have an active detection for phishing. So this is slightly different from the typical phishing where they just identify the fish URLs. My focus is identify the victim of those fish. So I identify which companies or which user submit their credential to that fish page, or to that fake bank web page. The last one that I currently have is extracting information from a malwares. So identify the victims of those malware campaign.
Okay. What are the latest cybersecurity challenges facing financial institutions, and how can being proactive, having proactive threat detection help mitigate those risks?
So the major one that I see, I thought I've been working in phishing for a very long time, about 20 years. And since I built the system last year, it's so much like phishing going on that still actively, and people keep falling for it. People keep submitting it. So phishing still a major problem. Um, Malware as well. A lot of people like last week. I found a significant amount of malwares being uploaded on YouTube. So the cyber criminal create YouTube video in there teaching people how to cheat the game, right? Minecraft or Roblox type. So they target kid, um, and in the instruction they teach you where to download the cheat code, software, and that those software is a malware stealer that steal the information. Now, the what dangerous about this is what I found out. One of the campaign that I found out is um, 2 weeks ago or last week, there's a powerhouse breach, um, and when I researched into it, what I found is one of the teacher sharing his machine with his kid. The kid download the malware, a cheat, into his system. So the teacher and his spouse get compromised with their credential as well because they share one machine. And this account give the hacker access to the school and the powerhouse. So it's a just from a simple, innocent type of cheating or playing video game type of download to now potentially the whole school is at risk. Right. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that's what they do. They take advantage. They find little cracks, and they can
Yeah.
kind of worm their way up there. So you need to be
Yeah.
proactive.
Yeah.
How can financial institutions leverage dark web research and fraud risk assessments to enhance their cybersecurity posture?
So being at recently I've been at a credit union, and what I noticed is the fraud and the cyberspace, cybersecurity doesn't really leverage it too much. Traditionally, they're using product out there that provide information, right? Like what this group is doing, what that group is doing, who they're attacking. And those doesn't provide a lot of protection for the financial institution. What they can do is using the research of the data in the dark web, data being resale, right? Or data being advertised or shared across the dark web. They can identify who's the victims are and what need to be protected. Like credit card, last week there's like millions of credit card being shared across in the dark web. Those, is instead of waiting for it to um, um, report a fraud on those credit card, actively identify those card and stop the card from being used and redistribute a new one, right? That would, a quick and easy way to reduce fraud. The second is malware stealer or info stealer, where the victims compromise their credentials. So, identify who those are and put a protection in place for those would be a very quick and easy win.
I know we could go down all these rabbit holes because there's so much
Yeah.
more to this, and
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to even ask the kind of questions that would lead somebody. So, is there anything I missed or I failed to ask that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think just be at this point be a little bit proactive, and I think don't trust people too quickly. Um, even if you've seen who you're talking to or you hear the voice is the same, verify. One of those just want to share a quick story that I have in within my family is one of our friend received a video call from their cousin asking to borrow money. And the person automatically trusted and give sent them some money without any verification. Later, the next day, they asked, because they supposed to pay back the money, so they called the the person that they loaned the money to, and the person saying like they didn't borrow any money. So what right now is the cyber criminal using voice cloning and video cloning, and they will impersonate, anyone in your network, especially people in the Facebook, right? And they impersonate and they start to call people and asking for money or asking to steal money. So always verify and verify and verify before you do any type of activities because yeah, it's very easy for hackers to clone um the picture and the voice now because of the AI, how quickly they evolve. So
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
yeah,
come a long way, and it's good to know what's happening, so that you can be aware that okay, is this real? Is this not? I gotta like you said, trust but verify.
yeah.
So for people with more questions, how can they find you and where can they get a hold of you at?
You can reach me at cyberarmor.tech or links with me on LinkedIn. And because I write a lot about threats in my on LinkedIn. So yeah, just reach out, say connect with me, or just send me a message and go from there.
Perfect. And I'll put all that in the description so we don't have to hunt for it. But if
Yeah,
anybody would like to get a hold of Win, absolutely do it.
yeah.
You know, if you're anything like me, you don't know half the stuff that's out there, more than half, to be fair. And you want to be able to protect yourself if you're in that situation. If you're in a financial institution or you have dealing with a lot of people's personal information, it's important to be proactive to make sure that that's all taken care of. So awesome. If you would like to get a hold of me, you can also find me at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, and connect with awesome people like Win in our growing community. If you or somebody would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But Win, I really appreciate you taking the time coming on here, scaring the crap out of me. But no, I'm joking. But pouring into us, letting you know what's out there and what you're doing. You're doing great things. I think we need, like I said in the intro, more people like you to help, combat these emerging things. So really happy that you're there. But let's all go out. Let's have an awesome day and grow our circle. All right.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.